Hello, today I'll be discussing a film that uses a lot of intertextuality, mainly referencing one particular piece of literature. The film is the year 2000, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Here's some quick background on the film if you aren't familiar with it or haven't seen it in a while. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is a film written, produced, co-edited, and directed by Joel and Ethan Coen. These brothers are renowned filmmakers known for their quirky humour and unique Western-style crime comedies. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is a crime comedy drama film set in the 1930s Mississippi, following Ulysses Everett McGill, played by George Clooney, and his two friends who escape a chain gang together and go on the run. Ulysses has convinced his friends that there is buried treasure waiting for them, but in reality he needed to get home to stop his wife from remarrying. As you may have guessed or already known, the film takes inspiration from the events of the major ancient Greek poem by Homer called the Odyssey. Although there are a large number of direct references, the film is different enough that it is not a parody of the poem. The Coen brothers admit to having never read the Odyssey, although like most, they knew the story through pop culture references and from adaptations such as children's books. This was a good thing because their ignorance to the details of the story meant that they were not creatively constrained by the accuracy of their references and could produce an original, unpredictable film. There are many examples of intertextuality in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Some are obvious and major, while others, such as names or symbols, are very minor and can be easily missed by most. The hero of the film, Ulysses, is the clear parallel to Odysseus, even sharing the same Latin name. Ulysses is Latin for Odysseus in the Latin translation of the Odyssey. They are both courageous, smart, and slightly arrogant leaders of a group of men. They've both been separated from their wife and children for a very long time and want to get back home. And to get home, they go on an epic voyage, encountering a myriad of different characters and monsters. And when they arrive home, they meet the wife's suitors. In the film's case, it's just the one suitor, and in the Odyssey, Penelope has hundreds of suitors. When they get home, they also both disguise themselves as a beggar, so they are not recognized. For Odysseus' sake, it's because he is famous and people think he's dead, and for Ulysses, he's on the run from the law and does not want to be recognized. The laundry ladies of the movie and the sirens of the Odyssey. In Greek mythology, a siren is a creature that lures sailors with its enchanting song, leading them to crash their boats onto a rock. And in the Odyssey, the crew encounters these sirens but manages to escape. Ulysses and his friends aren't so lucky. They were driving by a river when one of the men hears the siren singing and tells Ulysses to stop driving and get out. They rush to the river and proceed to be seduced by three women washing their clothes in water. The women then betray the men by reporting them to the police and collecting the bounty. This leads to one of them, Pete, getting arrested, while the other two friends manage to escape, thinking that Pete was turned into a toad. One more major parallel with the Odyssey is Big Dan and the Cyclops. Big Dan is an evil man in the film who robs Ulysses and his friends, also a member of the KKK. They're both huge men, one-eyed and evil. Big Dan is a clear parody of the Cyclops. The Cyclops crushes Odysseus's men, and Big Dan in the movie crushes the Toad, which the crew believe is Pete. Big Dan also narrowly escapes the same fate as the Cyclops. In the Odyssey, the Cyclops got impaled through the eye by a stake, and in the film, Big Dan nearly got struck through the eye by a Confederate flagpole. I couldn't cover everything in detail here, so here are a couple quick minor comparisons between the two stories. Both stories have a blind prophet at the start who warns the men. The governor of Mississippi shares the same name, Menelaus, with the king of Sparta. So both of the most powerful men in either story have the same name. The character Ulysses his friends portray the same three themes found in the Odysseus's crew, which are irrationality, irresponsibility, and mutiny. This is just displayed through their actions and their personalities. Hope you enjoyed.